Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for mid-June 2022. We're just going to jump right in here, Scorpio, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. I'm pretty sure that you had this mending card, like, I don't know, in one of the last readings I did for you. I think in the June bonus reading, it's possible that you had that card. So I do feel you're healing. I know for a fact that in the week of, in your reading for the week of June 13th, which was last week, that you had the tower, or I should say, is this week or whatever. I don't know. I can't do math, people, right? And coming up with days is math, but you had the tower. The good news is it's coming up in your past position. So it's like, clearly you're moving past this. But also every single reading I've been doing for you, you've had the tower. The tower is you. So, I mean, it could just be you showing up in the reading. But let's dig into this. You do have this mending card. So I do feel you're going through a healing with the mending card. I kind of feel that with the Ace of Cups in your first row here, that I don't want to say that you've learned your value or your worth. Because I kind of feel like that's a little piece of it, but I feel maybe you've had a lesson over the past really 5 years is what's popping into my head. I don't trust psychic timing, so take it how it resonates. But I feel like you've learned that you can't give from an empty cup. I feel like you've learned that in all situations, in love, money, business, everything, that you have to also be making sure that you're balancing out other areas of your life as well. And that's really the healing that's going on here. It's like more of a realization. You have the Ace of Cups, the Tower, and the Three of Wands. Again, this Ace of Cups, I feel you're in a much better place. I like this Ace of Cups for you in this situation because I feel that you're getting back to a place where you're, everything is kind of overflowing here. I'm also very focused on the fact that there's 4 streams of water that are pouring out here. And so I feel like it's almost like 4 pillars is how it's popping into my head. I think we all know about health, wealth, happiness, right? Like the big 3 things that we should be focused on. I don't know what the 4th one is for you, but I don't necessarily think we need 4. There's actually 5 streams of water now that I'm looking at it. So there's actually 5 streams of water coming out of the Ace of Cups. But again, I mostly feel 3. And actually, you know what? If you want to get super technical, the M or the W kind of looks like a 3 when you put it on its side. Or should I go this way? I don't know. Again, I don't do numbers, people, so bear with me. But what I would say here is I kind of feel that you're bringing things into balance. The dove there represents peace, and the dove is dropping the Eucharist into the cup, and that's what's causing the cup to overflow. It's like when we are at true peace with ourselves, then our cup can overflow. And that's what I feel like is happening for you as well. Is it's like the reason this is happening is because you're kind of creating peace in your own life for yourself. That's how I see this. That's how it's popping into my head. There you go. You have the tower. This could be you. Part of me feels like it is you, but I just feel like you've experienced multiple tower moments in the past, multiple, kind of deaths and rebirths. You are a Scorpio. Makes perfect sense to me that you could be dealing with this. Let me check something as well real quick, because I just want to look at the chart for a second. But what I would say here is I feel like you've experienced multiple deaths and rebirths. You also have the Three of Wands here. And so I feel like for a lot of you that you kind of are, I feel you're expanding with the universe and like everybody else. So I feel like you're going through this period of expansion. For some of you, I also feel like you're seeing an opportunity that you don't know exists. If you look here, it kind of looks like he's looking out at the desert, even though he's looking out at water. Yes, I understand that. But if you look at the color of water, it kind of looks yellow. So he might be up there and he might at first be thinking, I'm looking at the desert, right? But really, if he looks closer, he sees the ships and he might see it as an opportunity. It's popping into my head that you might be looking at something in your life, like a business opportunity, a job, a career, just in the next 2 weeks, basically this half of the month. And I feel there's much more opportunity in it than you realize. You even have this think on your feet card here. And so you have the fox spirit says, think on your feet. It's I kind of feel there could be a short-term, opportunity that comes your way that could be very profitable for you. You have the 10 of Pentacles. This could be financially profitable. I feel for most of you, it is financially profitable, but it could be profitable in other ways as well. It could increase your abundance. I don't think it's not like a get rich quick scheme or anything like that, right? I feel for some of you, it could be like one of those random things where your boss is like, oh, we need someone to, go to California and open a new office, and you'll be there for 6 months and you'll make a bunch of extra money by doing it. That's just one example. But I kind of feel, it could be an opportunity through a career that you already have, or it could be something where you have a business, and I feel it'll be a good opportunity. If you have your own business, or if you're working on creating a business, I feel like it's more like, someone wants to have you on their podcast, or someone wants to have you on their YouTube channel or something like that. I would be saying yes to these opportunities that require you to think on your feet. Maybe you're like, oh my God, I've never been on a podcast and I'm nervous. What do I do? Just do it, right? I feel like this is a much bigger opportunity than you realize. So I would go for it here, Scorpio, because, you have the 10 of Pentacles, you have the World here, a lot of success. By the way, some of you could be moving. Tower, 3 of Wands, World. I'm pretty sure you get moving every single time I read for you. Doesn't really surprise me. It's a time of moving. I mean, your opposite sign is Taurus. Taurus is all about moving, right? And especially with Uranus and Taurus. Plus, we have like a bunch of other stuff. What do we have in Taurus? Even today, we have Mercury. The North Node, of course. South Node is in your sign, which that could explain the Tower, by the way. The South Node being in Scorpio, and also Venus. I'm shooting this video on the 2nd, by the way. So some of those things will have moved through, but the whole point is that, I feel like there's a lot of good, like, abundance coming in for you here. You have the 10 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Lovers. The 10 of Pentacles, like I said, I feel is like an opportunity that will be coming in that could be very abundant. And again, one thing about the 10 of Pentacles is that there's this old man here. The 10 of Pentacles is a card of building or leaving a legacy. So the old man is traditionally considered to be the patriarch of the family. But there's another way to read the 10 of Pentacles, which is that he represents a beggar. He represents someone entering into a situation who has nothing to give, but he's coming bearing gifts. And that's the story of the 10 of Pentacles, according to some readers, right? And what I would say here is, again, it's just like another clue card, as far as I'm concerned, that is saying, hey, there might be an opportunity coming in where it doesn't look like anything at first, but it's actually much bigger than you think. So do not miss this opportunity, whatever it is for you here, Scorpio. Could also be love as well. Next, you have the Hierophant. So there could be marriage potential. You do have the Lovers here. You have the 3 of Cups. You do have the Ace of Cups as well. Honestly, I don't really see this as a love reading. Yes, there's a lot of love here, but again, I don't try to force readings to be love readings if they're not. And, is there love here? Absolutely. I feel like love is always available to us. But I feel like this is more talking about learning and educating yourself. Again, if you are afraid to be on a podcast, then go learn how to be a good interviewee, right? I guarantee you that there are videos on YouTube that will teach you how to be interviewed. Not how to interview, but how to be interviewed and stuff like that. So, to me, the quickest way to get over fear is education. Most of the things we're afraid of, we just don't know about them, so that's why we're afraid of it, right? It's like, how many times have you done something where you're afraid at first, then you do it, and you're like, oh my God, I'll do this 100 times, So it's like one of those things where I feel like this is saying, overcome the fear of something that you don't feel like you're able to do. Right here, 5 of Pentacles, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Your answer, the center card is like your answer to the reading. It's the most important card in this 9-card spread. It is saying, learn about your fear. You have the Lovers. Again, like I said, could be love. Love just kind of feels like it's just like, in the background to me. I feel like I say that to you all the time. So it could be one of those things where just for you at this time, love is just maybe kind of an afterthought. Not a big deal. Nothing wrong with that. Again, usually I always tell people, it's like when we're focused on ourselves, which it looks like you're doing, that's how I feel about that Ace of Cups. You're really like focused on yourself. You're really focused on, kind of making yourself happy, bringing yourself peace. It's like when we do that, then we attract a person who is also doing that, which is like, the best type of person you could possibly imagine. Someone who creates their own peace. They don't need someone else to do it for them. And so usually when we're not focusing on it, that's when we get it, right? And that's what I feel is going on here. It's like, because you're very focused on yourself, it's like they say, like attracts like, right? So maybe because you're not so focused on it, you're attracting it into your life. And some people say to me, Chris, you always say that if we want something, we have to focus on it. I'm always like, yeah, but here's the thing about love. It's like, if you're focusing on wanting a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever friend, alien friend, I don't care. Doesn't matter what you date, right? What I would say here is if you're focused on that, then you're actually focused on the lack of having it in general. When we focus on ourselves, and with the Ace of Cups, you're focusing on love. Again, you're focusing on the energy of love. So guess what's going to happen? You're going to attract love into your life. So you're not focusing on it. You're just focusing on the bigger energy, right? Love. And that's all I would focus on. Plain and simple. Next, you have the Mars card. It says motion. on it. I do feel like things are moving forward very quickly in the second half of this month. Of course, Mercury was retrograde last month, and we're kind of past the shadow now in the middle of the month, depending on when you're watching this, because I'm putting these out a little bit early, or, earlier than the 15th. So, what I would say here is, depending on when you're watching it, we're out of the shadow, and you're, probably finally taking off, blasting off, moving. I've been encouraging people this year to, take extra action. Again, Mars goes retrograde in October this year, so I would take, action now on setting things up between now and October, setting things up that you want to work on. If there's a project, a book you want to write, something you want to do, a person you want to date, I would start now, to build up the momentum now. It might be a little bit harder when Mars goes retrograde. As I always say, I don't think Mars retrograde is that big of a deal. Things slow down. Maybe we're a little bit more tired. We need more rest, but it can take a little bit more juice to get things going. You have the World, Five of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. The World is an accomplishment, so I feel you are accomplishing quite a bit at this time. I mean, your top row is amazing. Ace of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, World. I feel you're more feeling very integrated. She is... This lady here, the sorceress, she is a totally integrated being. She is a combination of every single energy that exists. So I feel for a lot of you that you are kind of feeling integrated. I feel like you're feeling kind of tapped in to the universe. And usually when we're like that, we are attracting things very quickly. I feel like the one thing that could be a little bit of a hiccup is the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. I would just practice, I do this all the time, constantly. It's the one thing that changed my life. I talk about this all the time, right? And it's free. It doesn't cost any money. For 3 years before I started this channel, I was miserable, right? And I was in a really bad place. The only thing I did is I started changing my thoughts. I started correcting my negative thoughts, and I had a lot of them, right? And I still, to this day, have plenty of negative thoughts. But what I do is I say cancel. Right? So whatever the negative thought I have is, I say cancel, and then I turn it into something that I do want, right? And again, it took a little bit of time, obviously, but, things changed very, very quickly for me. So I'm definitely a big fan of canceling out your negative thoughts. And people always say to me, well, I have real problems. It's trust me, I had negative money in my bank account for months, right? During those 3 years, I kept overdrafting my accounts. I owed money on my car. I had a mountain of problems, right? And what I would say here is I had very real problems. And, that's that. And so, yeah, I totally get it. It's you have to deal with the problems. But at the same time, it's sometimes there's nothing I could do at the time, right? So I just had to change my thoughts, and then everything changed. And you have the 3 o'clock of, I almost just said the 3 o'clocks. You have the 3 of Cups. So card of celebration, happiness, good things coming in for you here. So, and there's your health, wealth, happiness, by the way. It's in the same diagonal as the Ace of Cups, like we were talking about at the beginning of the reading. This is an amazing reading, Scorpio. I love this for you. But let's see what else we get for you here, Scorpio. I'm going to clarify with the After Tarot, just an idea I came up with. With the Ace of Cups, you have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is trusting your intuition. And on this card, she is holding some keys in her hands. So it's almost like you're unlocking the keys to the universe or something along those lines. And I really like that. But really, I'm just getting intuition there. With the Tower, you have the Queen of Wands, needing to move towards something and needing to be bold and assertive, really needing to go after the things that you desire to have at this time. She's also, on a traditional Queen of Wands, she does not have salamanders on her cloak. On this one, she has a salamander right above my finger here on the After Tarot. Salamanders in the tarot represent protection from fire. So she is protected from, it's now you are protected from the Tower. With the 3 of Wands, you have the Temperance card. There you go. Look at this. We were talking about the dove on the Ace of Cups in the same row. And on the After Tarot, the dove is being set free from this, from that cup. It's almost like you've turned a negative into a positive. Temperance is all about turning negative into a positive. He's pouring those 2 cups together, trying to turn something around. It's a card of alchemy, turning one thing into another. And then there you go. He's turned water into peace, into a dove. And again, I feel like this all starts with you here, Scorpio. I like this. This is good. With the 10 of Pentacles, you have the 10 of Wands here. I like this 10 of Wands as well in the After Tarot. It's kind of like he has kind of finally focused on one responsibility that he wants to hold on to. You can see he's only holding on to one wand. But his house is still off in the distance. If I'm being honest with you, This to me is saying that to not give up. I feel like that's what this card is asking you to do. And I feel like I've said that to you recently as well, now that I think about it. Sorry about the noise, but I kind of have this feeling that it's more saying don't give up on something, because it's like he's almost reached home. What people don't realize about the Ten of Wands is what he's carrying is his harvest. He's carrying his abundance, right? So I kind of feel this is saying don't give up. You're very close to the end. Keep pushing. With the Hierophant, sorry about the noise here, people, but it's like I have to do these when I can do them, right? With the Hierophant, you have the Ace of Pentacles, something that you could be planting. The Ace of Pentacles is about planting seeds, and it's also about a garden. You see there's a garden here. So I feel for a lot of you that there's something that you need to take care of, like an opportunity, and you need to raise it up. Multiple aces. Again, it is crazy to me how many people have had multiple aces in the readings, and it's just like blowing my mind. Like for the past 3 sets of readings that I've done, the June bonus readings, the week of the 13th, it's like everybody had multiple aces. So clearly there are some pretty big new opportunities coming in for the collective. But what I've noticed is I think it's mostly been water signs that have had multiple aces, and 2 aces in a row is a definite yes to any question I don't answer. With the Lovers, you have the Sun. Love it. The Sun is amazing. So happiness, joy, enlightenment, abundance, good things coming in for you, a lot of happiness. With the World, you have the Six of Swords. You finally made it to the other side. I feel like you've finally made it to kind of calmer shores, and you are ready to start something new. The World, usually in the tarot, we start as the Fool, we go to the World, then we start all over again, right? So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you're kind of finally on the other side. You're finally ready to start over again in work, in business, love, whatever it is you're doing. It doesn't really matter. But I like that. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Hermit. The Hermit is a card of kind of introspection. And I feel, he's also a card of your going through a dark night of the soul. And, again, this is coming up in the same row as that Tower. So I do feel like you've been through kind of a dark period, right? And it's like now you're coming out of a dark period with this energy. I do feel, again, that at this time that you're kind of like your feelings, like I was saying, health, wealth, happiness. I don't know. With that, I realize there's 5 streams on that card, but I kind of feel if you can get those things in balance, there's a snake here, and snakes can represent your vibrations in the tarot. It can represent kind of the vibrations you're putting out there. Again, I think when we have the big 3 all together, then everything falls into place. And with the Three of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands, quick success, quick conclusion coming in for you. So this looks like a very successful reading to me here, Scorpio. I feel like there's just a lot of good stuff coming in for you. I love this. So thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.